Welcome to the very first episode of the God and Game Theory podcast, where you learn how to break free from the shackles of this world. Because heaven on earth can be found, and that's why I am here, to help you find it. I am Tom Peterson. Welcome to the show. So I'll give you a quick overview in terms of what we will be discussing on this episode and future episodes to come. Obviously, God and game theory, which kind of goes without saying, I suppose, but also the Maya, or the illusion, what some might refer to as the matrix, the cube, or the prison planet, as well as wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Because in order to live a heavenly life on earth, it will require the following. First and foremost, acquiring a divine relationship with God. Secondarily, the utilization and practice of game theory, which encompasses critical thinking, logical thought, strategy, math, probabilities, and the awareness of our cognitive biases. And then I will also be sharing wisdom, knowledge, and understanding with you that you were never taught in school, or perhaps anywhere else for that matter. So you could consider this to be hidden knowledge, but I'll let you decide. The beautiful thing about this combination is it provides you with enlightenment. And enlightenment allows you to see the truth in this world and rise above it. This is when ascension takes place. So let's get on with it. So we must start at the beginning, with God, the ultimate creator, the creator of all things, including you and I. Now, if you're a believer in Christ, you will find that you will receive a tremendous amount of clarity by sticking around and watching future videos and episodes of this show. If you're not, I can guarantee you that you will become a believer in a matter of time. Stick around. I can assure you it will take place. It will happen. God provides us with the ability to be centered in this world. He also provides us with the ability to be fearless and courageous. There are hundreds of verses in the Bible with the phrases, "do not fear" or "fear not." It's commonly stated that there are actually 365 of these verses, one for each and every day of the year. A divine relationship with God will also provide you with what I refer to as God glasses. This relationship will allow you to see the world through a different lens. You will see and observe things that others cannot. You will also be able to decipher things that others cannot, because you are masterfully created and made by the Creator himself. You will come to know and understand this. There's also one more thing that God has provided for us, and that's something called free will. It's the freedom to make our own choices and decisions in life. And this is where game theory comes in. Because game theory encompasses, in large part, about 5 things, one of which is critical thinking, which I already mentioned. This is the utilization of rational, practical, and logical analysis in order to form a viable and accurate conclusion. It also encompasses logical thought, because the logical brain makes much better decisions than the emotional brain. And the reality is the Maya, the illusion, will oftentimes trigger our emotions. One example would be fear, which then resorts to our emotional brain having a response, which is oftentimes irrational or illogical. That's why it's so important that we utilize our logical brain and we remain logical in our thinking. It also encompasses strategy. This is the process of achieving a specific end goal or outcome by utilizing a specific course of action. And then we have mathematics, numbers, numerology. This world is created by math, something you will come to know and understand as we get further into these episodes. But just to give you an idea, Nikola Tesla once said that if you could understand the magnificence of the numbers 3, 6, and 9, you would hold the keys to the universe. So we can't underestimate the value of numbers and mathematics in the world in which we live. Whether it's the illusionary world or the real one, they are incredibly important. Then we have the awareness of our cognitive biases, which is another component of game theory. And so those are a logical thought process that comes with mental shortcuts. It's a systematic error in our decision-making process, essentially. And there are over 180 cognitive biases in existence today. So I'm not going to be covering them all, but it is important that we are aware of them, especially if we hope to achieve discernment and hope to find the truth amongst the lies and the deceit of the Maya. And then lastly, AI. AI has been integrated into our lives through the technology that we use each and every day. I assume that most of you who are watching this are using AI on a regular basis now in your lives. And much like anything else, there is a duality to this technology, which means there's a yin and a yang, a good side and a bad side to it. And believe it or not, game theory is actually the framework for many AI models utilized in existence today, especially AI agents. The game theory models allow them to improve on their own performance over time. So it's going to be incredibly important to understand game theory and how it relates to AI and how that allows you to have discernment when it comes to utilizing this technology. And then as far as the wisdom and the knowledge and the understanding, it's very important for you to know how capable you are, because this is not indoctrination and this is not programming. The programming and the indoctrination that we have been exposed to in this Maya has limited our perception of who we are, of what we're capable of being. So what I'm here to do is help you to understand your capabilities, your gifts, your divine calling, your purpose in this world. And the reason that you are here, the reason you have been placed here, is not to just exist. It's to do so much more than that. And throughout the process of these episodes and these videos, I will be helping you to find your way and help you to find clarity in knowing and understanding what you have been put here to do and what you've been called upon by the Creator Himself to accomplish. Now, in order to get the most out of this experience, there is one thing that I'm going to ask you to do. Actually, I'm going to strongly recommend, or even do whatever I can to make you do it, and that is get yourself the textbook. This book, which is 25 years in the making, is God and Game Theory. Okay, this is the book that I wrote, and it's a guide to living your best life on earth as it is in heaven. So since I wrote the book, I'm now doing the podcast, which essentially wouldn't be doing the podcast unless I wrote the book. So go to our website at godandgametheory.com, and you can select either a paperback, an audiobook, or an ebook. Use the promo code 20 and get 20% off your purchase. If you don't have the book, it's going to be very, very difficult for you to understand all that I am to discuss and teach you, because I'm just going to be covering bits and pieces. I'm not going to be going into great depth on things. This book is essentially your guide, your textbook to gaining all of this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that I'm going to be sharing on the podcast, but in much greater detail. So I'll just kind of give you an idea in terms of what this book encompasses and what we will be covering in future videos on this channel. So the next episode is going to be in relation to God's order for your life. That essentially is a template to live by. It's a formula, a success formula for your life. And it is the foundation, it is the basis of pretty much all of the teachings that will come from the book, and many of the teachings, obviously, that I will be discussing here. We'll be covering that in the next video, the next episode. The next chapter is introducing game theory, which we'll go into greater depths on that. Then the game of life, because the interesting thing is we really are playing a game of life here. Consider this life on this earth within the Maya a game of chess, if you will. So this helps you to understand how to play the game and have the advantage. Do not let emotions get the best of you. Okay, that goes back to the logical thought versus the emotional or illogical thought. And, we'll keep on going. Finding purpose, finding peace in a crazy world, loving yourself and loving others, realizing your gifts and constraints, um, pleasing God, connecting with God, preparing for your new life, having a plan, executing on the plan. And then the last chapter, God has plans for you. So again, make sure you go to the website, godandgametheory.com, use the promo code 20, get the book 20% off. You're going to need this in order to maximize the potential of what I am teaching and what we will be covering in these videos moving forward. Lastly, I encourage you, if you like the video, if you want to see more of these, give me a thumbs up. Obviously, if you want to subscribe and have more of these coming your way so you can continue to learn more based on what I've shared with you today, be sure to subscribe and follow. And I do ask you to share this with others. If there are others in your life who can benefit from this knowledge, these teachings, and what I have to share, please share it with them. And then one other thing I do want to mention is I really encourage your comments and questions, because what I'd like to do moving forward is I would like to also discuss topics or maybe discuss things that I may be getting a lot of comments about or I'm getting a lot of questions about. I'd like to incorporate that into the videos moving forward. It's something I really look forward to doing. So please, any comments or questions you may have, make sure you send them my way. So that's it for today. I'll catch you on the next one. Until then, be wise. God bless. Take care.